Hiya, how are we? Everyone doing well? Welcome back to the Sunday rant. Week 5, we are alive. Loving it, loving it. Proper miserable outside today, so I'm going to do this from inside the house. It is, I'm going to do this from inside the house. I haven't really got much to say either. It's been a pretty, well, I'm not going to say uneventful week, because it hasn't been uneventful. I've had breeding action. In fact, I'll show you who I've got breeding at the minute. It is, hang on 1 second, bear with me. Right, so, True Chindunga. She's got a nice mouthful on her back there. She's gone now, she's hiding. Yeah, so the True Chindunga, they've been breeding. I've got a feeling that this is Pops. He's been lit up all week long, so I've got a feeling he's Pops. Well, it can only be him or him. There's only 2 options it could have been, so it's one of them 2 anyway. But the True Chindunga Holden, good news. They're really quite an active group, these. Really quite an active group. I think this is the 6th spawn out of them in, I'd say, 4 months. So not too bad. It is not too bad. I've had the group up for sale for a while as well. For a while at an absolute steal of a price, £200, which today is the last day that they're available, by the way. After today, they are still going to be for sale, but they're going to be for what I've paid for them. I've had enough of hanging around and trying to get rid of them at a decent price for people so that I can put new fish into the tank. So it's been, what, 3-4 months now that they've been available. No one's willing to drive to Liverpool for them. People just want them posted. And I'm not willing to post in this weather. It's not happening. So they can stay, and if anybody wants them, they can pay retail on what I paid for them. They're gorgeous as well, look at them. Absolutely stunning. The females aren't too shabby either. So yeah, tank 1, Chindunga, True Chindunga at Holden, Ndonga Deep. Female egg bound, she's ready to go. She'll be holding again in the next couple of days. They're turning out to be absolute brilliant machines of breeders, these. The Ndonga Deep are non-stop, and the True Chindunga seems to be non-stop at the moment as well. So both of them I've had previous spawns from. Yes, I'm excited. Am I over the moon? No, it's just generic fry for me to move on. Come summer, when they'll be ready, summer, maybe late autumn, because as you know, Boona are slow growers. But breeding action, as I'm sure you've seen on my shorts, has happened with the new imports, the Mbenji, the M-Cat, this sexy bugger here. He has caught this girl here. She is bloody huge as well. Easy 6 inch, more like 7. She's packing as well. She is packing. I'm hoping she's, mind you can just see now, if you look at her throat, you can see the shape of the eggs in her throat. She's going to be getting separated at the end of this week, out into the fry tank. Oh, I've just noticed while I've been talking to you there, this girl here is looking a little bit pale, and she's panting a fair bit. One to watch, early sign of bloat. Definitely one to watch. I'll be watching her on the next meal, making sure I see her take food in and swallow it. Mind you, she's grazing on the algae now, so yeah, I can't see that being a bloat issue. But yeah, really happy that this girl's holding. 11 days after the import landed. And the big lad got the job done. It is, the big lad got the job done. So yeah, happy about that, over the moon about that. Galanos looking well there. Pseudotropheus, Galanos and Benji. Stunning fish these. Stunning fish. Out of all of them, I want them to breed. I really want them to breed. There's next to none in the hobby. And that's the type of background fish that'll look great in big numbers, and it's going to make your MCATs and your dominant males stand out. Good background fish. Good background fish. Calanos pearlies are another good background fish. They make your fish pop. I found that any single colour fish will make your OB and your MCATs pop and your BBs stand out even more. So I try and fill a tank with a base coloured fish, and then all my spotty dudes and my stripy dudes stand out against them. Just a little tip from me there. Listen to me, don't listen to me. It's up to yourselves. It is, it's up to yourselves. That just reminded me of something that as well. So, what I'm seeing a lot of recently is people will ask me advice. I'll give advice. And then you'll get people going out of the way to contradict my advice. This happened last week. Someone was asking about feeding frozen. I don't feed frozen. I don't feed frozen and I don't feed live because I've associated it with bloat in my tanks. When I used to give them the protein feed, using frozen or using live, I was getting hit with bloat every other week, and I've associated the two together. So I do not feed live and I do not feed frozen for that reason. And when I was feeding it, I'd put a single cube into a tank that size, that stocked. Somebody went out of the way to tell somebody else to put quadruple that amount in their tank. That lad's now dealing with bloat. So just take that on board, people. If you haven't got experience with what you're giving advice about, if you haven't lived through it and dealt with it, if it's not something that you do with your own fish, then please just don't give advice out. It's easy giving advice out on the end of the phone when you haven't got to sit in front of the tank that the damage has been caused to. Here's the holding mum. So yeah, if you don't know, don't say anything. Simple as that. Simple as that. Anyway, look, that was me Sunday rant there. That was a proper little rant on it. It is, yeah. But just thought I'd mention that. She's really packing here. I'm going to get good numbers out of her. Anyway, let's go and see the MCAT, the Fanes Maconde, and I'll tell you about my plan for these. Oh yeah, we'll have a look at the fry first. I've been trying to separate these out. So, my Sobo Magunga in here. I was going to keep these for myself. I've already moved triple of these out. I was going to keep this last lot to myself, but no. They will be for sale when they hit size and Donga deep, doing really well. There's one or two true Chindunga in here as well. Yeah, true Chindunga. True Chindunga. Tank full of them. Females holding. There's going to be loads of these available come summer, I'm hoping. And then an empty patch, ready for the Fuelie and Benji to get put in. She can spit naturally. I'm really looking forward to seeing how many fries she's holding, because she's a big old fish. It is, she's a big old fish. I've got some to make her a little cave, get as few as possible in there. Now the big lad, MCAT Fanes McConday. This is the stud of my fleet, no doubt, the stud of my fleet. The young he's bred for me is unreal. Jamie Webb, Carl Tiffin have probably got the biggest amount of offspring from these. Well, in fact, they have, between the pair of them. Definitely have. They must have 80 as youngsters off me between them. There's a few in here with them as well, just so I can watch them develop, because it's one of my favourite parts of the hobby, is watching them develop. Stropiops macrophlematis, McConday, and the good old Mashobo Magunga. My plan for these, now that I've decided the True Chindunga and the Fanes Mason, is going to be this. MCAT tank, BB tank, simple as that. I'll show you. So, this bottom tank here is going to house MCAT, Labiatrophius, Fuelborny and Benji. I'm going to put him and 3 females, probably the big Holden OB and the 2 O's. I'm then going to put the MCAT Fanes McConday group in here. And I'm going to leave them in with the Lombardi. With the yellow fellow there, he's the male, blue and black females, and the Lombardi. So, Labiatrophius, Fuelborny, and Benji, Metria Climia, Fainselberry, McConday, Metria Climia, Lombardi, and Benji are going to be in this tank. And then up here, I'm going to have the True Chindunga, the Fanes Mason, the Galanos, the Shinatilapia Zebroid and Donga Deep. They're going to be up there. Oh, and the Mashobo Magungas going to go down there. I'm going to do all that at the end of this week. It is, so by the time I do next week's Sunday rant, all the fish will be housed together. I'll have an MCAT tank, I'll have a BB tank. Who knows what I'll have in the tank that's currently the MCAT McConday in. Who knows what will be in here then. But I do know that Sonny still has wilds left. So bear with me, let's see what I can get in. Thank you for joining and listening to me on today's Sunday rant. This has been week 5. Looking forward to week 6. I'm going to have stuff to show you next week. Boss, epic setup tanks. Can't wait to show you. Have a great week.